Hey everyone, welcome back. So we're doing a quick explainer today on something you probably use all the time without even thinking about it. Have you ever stood at an ATM, punched in your secret code, and just paused to wonder why exactly 4 numbers? Right? Like, why not 3? Or 5? Or some crazy high-security 10-character password? Well, today we're unpacking the fascinating, honestly kind of accidental history behind the 4-digit ATM PIN. It's this wild story of how top-tier engineering basically had to collide with everyday human reality.
Okay, let's dive into this. It's one of those highly relatable everyday questions, isn't it? It literally stares us in the face every single time we need to grab some cash. From Tokyo to New York to London, those 4 little numbers are a universal constant. We just take them as an absolute given today. But, and here's the kicker, this standard wasn't handed down by some grand universal law of mathematics, and it definitely didn't come from a strict computer science textbook. The real reason we use 4 digits is surprisingly personal. And honestly, it's beautifully human.
To really wrap our heads around this, we got to travel back in time a bit to set the stage. The year is 1967. The world is right in the middle of this massive technological boom, and the banking industry is, well, they're desperately looking for a way to automate cash dispensing. The goal was simple, but completely revolutionary for the time. Let customers get their money outside of normal, super restrictive banking hours. This was the era of the very first ATM experiment. And make no mistake, this was a serious, high-stakes project. They were aiming to completely transform how the entire world interacted with their personal finances.
So, the testing ground for this groundbreaking experiment was the United Kingdom. Barclays Bank was the financial institution bold enough to actually roll this out to the public. And the mastermind behind the whole machine, an inventor named John Shepherd Barron. He was handed an incredibly difficult mandate: create a foolproof, automated system to ensure that only the actual, rightful owner of a bank account could take out funds. Shepherd Barron approached this massive task with a very rigid official engineering mindset. For him, the math had to be absolutely perfect, and security was the top priority. Period.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the number 6. When John Shepherd Barron was designing the security protocols for this brand new cash dispensing marvel, he initially proposed a 6-digit password. And look, if you think about it from a purely mathematical engineering standpoint, 6 digits made perfect sense. It offered a massive number of possible combinations, creating this robust, highly secure barrier against any potential fraud. In his inventor's mind, he had the perfect, completely airtight system totally figured out.
And this brilliantly illustrates the classic clash between theoretical design and everyday use. Shepherd Barron had his 6-digit engineering proposal, mathematically sound, logically flawless, and virtually impenetrable for the time. But before locking it all in and sending it off to production, he decided to run the concept by the one person he trusted completely, his wife, Caroline. And that is exactly where the pristine logic of engineering ran headfirst into the messy, practical reality of the human memory limit.
When he pitched this super secure 6-digit idea to her, her response literally changed banking history forever. She firmly rejected the idea, basically telling him, "I can only remember 4 digits. 6 numbers were just way too many to reliably recall while, standing out on a busy street trying to grab some quick cash." It was such a perfectly relatable human intervention. Her maximum memory capacity for a random string of numbers, especially under pressure, was exactly 4, nothing more.
So the crucial point is that John Shepherd Barron actually listened to his wife. He totally abandoned his mathematically superior 6-digit plan and compromised at 4 digits, just to ensure the machine would actually be user-friendly for everyday people. Because of that incredibly simple husband and wife conversation over the kitchen table, the 4-digit PIN was officially implemented by Barclays in 1967. And because it worked so seamlessly and perfectly matched our natural memory limits, it quickly scaled. It became the undisputed global standard that the entire world still relies on today. It really makes you think, doesn't it? We interact with these highly complex technological systems every single day, and we just assume they're built purely on rigid scientific logic and terabytes of data. But as we've seen in this explainer, sometimes a massive piece of global infrastructure is literally shaped by what one person could comfortably remember decades ago. So what other massive global designs are based on simple human quirks? Keep that provocative thought in mind the next time you use the everyday tech you take for granted. Thanks for joining me today, and keep exploring the fascinating hidden structures of our world.